Who here is happy? You should be happy. Chansu gave you a formula for happiness. And I'm going to give you some formulas for better evaluations, which will make us even happier. Because as Carrie said, good evaluations are good for the speaker, the evaluator, and the entire audience. So, who here believes evaluation is a very important part of our meetings and what we do in Toastmasters? Excellent. So I've got one of those canned presentations that we all hate. But I'm going to deviate slightly as I give it to you. And so I've actually prepared a bottom line up front based on my military training. So here's what you're going to learn. If you speak and get evaluated and evaluate someone, you will improve. Do I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen. Okay. Do I need to go on or should I just stop right now? Okay. So here's my purpose and agenda. To get my advanced leader bronze, I'm supposed to present one of these canned speeches. Oh, wait a minute. But I'm happy, and so I worked hard on doing this presentation, and I'm going to be a success because I followed Chansu's formula. I actually did some research to find you some tools for improving your evaluation that I have used myself and some of the Toastmasters here have used. I have captured some common techniques from the various sources I looked at that will help you with pieces of your evaluation. I'm going to present the Evaluate to Motivate presentation because I want to check that block and do what I'm required to do. But then we're going to have a graded practical exercise where I'm going to ask you all to evaluate this speech. So you're on notice now that you're all expected to give me an evaluation at the end. So we better get moving if we're going to do that. So here's some tools that you can find. They're readily available, many of them online. For example, Effective Evaluations is a PDF file that you can read or print that tells you about effective evaluations. There's specific evaluation criteria for every speech. If it's in your Competent Communicators Manual, it tells you what you should be paying attention to. And many of our distinguished Toastmasters and more advanced speakers have pointed out that that's cumulative. And in fact, in your advanced manuals, they're typically cumulative too. So as someone progresses through the Competent Communications Manual or their Advanced Speaking Manual, the manuals provide those of us who are evaluating with a rich amount of material to help us improve our evaluations by looking back and paying attention to those elements that should be there. There is an effective evaluation manual that I showed you. Right now, the Successful Club Series, Evaluate to Motivate. Do we feel motivated yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
That was a weak. We need to be motivated this high. Get motivated. There's a toolkit. See, I'm giving you effective feedback right now as a group. Get motivated. Smile. Be happy. Then you'll work hard and you'll be successful. Effective evaluation toolkit. In that toolkit is a workbook. We could take on improving our evaluations as a goal, collectively or in a small group. You have individual speech evaluation forms that are provided by Toastmasters, and I found a half dozen different evaluation forms that various clubs and districts have created that are out on the internet. If you search for them, you may find one that suits you. But keep in mind that we also are evaluated as evaluators by the general evaluator, and Toastmasters has a speech contest for evaluations that gives a rich set of criteria for evaluating the evaluator, which you can use to improve your evaluations. So that contest judging kit is also available free. There's no lack of tools. Toastmasters Magazine has articles about evaluating. And there's this wonderful website. Remember I showed you the bottom line. If you go look for 6 Minutes by Andrew Dlugan, he tells you how to evaluate from his point of view as a professional speaker. But I also want to talk about some of the techniques within the evaluation that you can use. There's some common methods for evaluation. We're all introduced to the sandwich method, where we praise, recommend improvements, and then praise with that one standout positive aspect of a speech. There is a Toastmasters recommended method that talks about what you as an evaluator saw, what you heard, and what you felt. And then we've got the Christian Crump method in our area and district, which is highly effective at winning contests. And I was tutored by Christian on his method, and it works. And the first thing Christian points out is you have your grace period to speak theory, so use every second that you get. You notice that Wanda and I did that last week when we evaluated. We left 3 seconds on the table. And we regret not saying something in those 3 seconds. Use all your time. Christian says go back to the opening to bring your audience back to the start and say something about the opening. Very quickly identify 3 positives. And then focus your effort on 3 specific improvements, finishing with that ultimate recommended improvement that you model for the audience. It's a highly effective method. And I've watched people win with this method before. I've watched people present better evaluations using it. There are other things, guidance for when you do it. Speak only for yourself. Avoid impersonal statements. Avoid judging words. Never say never. Always avoid saying always. And at the risk of repeating myself, do not repeat yourself. Okay, now I'm going to give the evaluate to motivate. This is a required part of this presentation. You should be grading me on this along with all the other aspects.
Where we are.
So evaluate to motivate. So provide immediate feedback in our evaluations. That's hard to avoid in our format. Offer methods for improvement. I think that's pretty much woven into there. If these are blinding flashes of the obvious, and you feel like you're being talked down to, keep in mind that Toastmasters is out there for all of us, even folks like me who are a little slow. And then, of course, build and maintain everyone's self-esteem. And I think that's by being happy, working hard, and being successful. That's how you gain self-esteem. Use the tell and sell approach. When the evaluator talks, the speaker listens. I don't know what that means, but it's there in the presentation. I read the book. Wanda has it. You can look at it too. I'm still clueless about what that advice actually means. Now, before the speech, talk with the speaker, review the manual objectives, the evaluation guidelines, any concerns. Wanda and I did that right over there in the corner in 3 seconds. So that 3 seconds we left on the table last week, we took care of this week. And of course, during the speech, show that you're interested. Wanda's actually watching me and taking notes. Put yourself in the position of the speaker, take notes. And when you evaluate, choose your words carefully, evaluate the speech, not the person. Promote self-esteem, avoid being disingenuous, be honest, but be positive. And make sure you have a closing that connects to your opening. Summarize your key points. Give a personal story or example. Like personally, I resolve to be a better evaluator when I finish my competent communicator. Encourage the listener to apply what they've heard. Okay, I love platitudes. I'm going to categorize that as one big nice platitude. I know I am personally edified by that presentation. I hope you are too. Now I just have to go back to my evaluation because I told you were going to evaluate me, right?
Right.
So, get to work. This is how you're going to evaluate me. You have a budget of 6 words. So, in 6 words, I'm going to ask you to evaluate me on this presentation. And as I said, this is audience participation, so I'm calling on you. You've got about 45 more seconds to come up with your 6 words. Here's my 6 words. Think about the various aspects that you could evaluate. You can focus on something like the opening, the body, the conclusion, the transition, the use of voice, the stage presence, the gestures. You could focus on how effective the message was conveyed. You could focus on any number of aspects of evaluation. But I need 6 words from each of you, and the clock is ticking. My clock is ticking. There's a lot of people here. Everyone gets their chance. All you get to say is your 6 words, though. That's the rule. How we doing? Raise your hand if you have your 6 words. Okay, you laggards. We'll give you just a little more time. 6 words. That's, you know, Hemingway wrote an entire story in 6 words. Do you believe me?
No.
Yeah, you just had it.
For sale, baby shoes, never worn.
Oh, that's like
Okay, so time's up. We're going to go around the room in semi-random order. Toastmaster?
Delightful, funny, best, I am motivated.
good transition, hilarious, and informative speech.
Enjoy, help, be happy, then successful.
Infectious smile. Overused evaluate. Find thesaurus. That was sick.
Fun original take on canned speech.
Funny, active, better than ever, improved.
John?
Great piggyback off Chansu's speech.
Funny, incorporative, spontaneous, effective, genuine, energetic.
Artie?
Made dry topic interesting and entertaining.
Okay, we're going to skip our guest. Art?
Entertaining, excellent personalization, improvement, eliminate pacing.
Okay. Tatiana?
Great energy, don't forget to breathe.
Carl?
You're the Marshawn Lynch of Toastmasters.
Jansu?
Enjoy, happy, happy, happy.
Any of our guests who are Toastmasters? You want to play along? Yes, ma'am.
F the slides. You motivated us.
Others? You want to save your evaluation for your official evaluation, Wanda?
Oh, I can do it.
Or do you have 6 words?
I have it.
Go.
Funny, entertaining, great audience engagement and participation.
Okay. So, in conclusion, there is a wealth of material that you can access to help you improve your evaluations. Evaluations are important to our club and to every club because that feedback makes us better speakers, whether we're the speaker, the evaluator, or part of the audience. There's a lot of little techniques that you can use that will make your evaluations better, and you can hone those skills in one way. Practice, practice, practice. Thank you very much.